Net goed cook. Did late make with the hustle, David. At too big, we are remembering.
Victor went in Lewis, na got to go now. Sen Neil on which we go there. That's we business rek hedeben. Nit typ dos där nit där på grejer. Which is also there. The only ones that Scott was not academic was Shirley and Marie. Marie didn't even wash dishes back then. She was so lazy. she'll see that and get mad at me. So I'm all get there. But I was about 6 years old when my dad, he handed me an axe. He said, "Okay, start pounding." And I knew what pounding was because I watched. My dad used to hire 3 men to pound ash for us. And in the summertime, we'd move to Parker Side and the whole family. And 3 guys that works for us, and Daryl Nicholas always come with us. So I pounded some ash, and I pounded some ash out. And he said, "Okay, now just depending on Jimmy, that's your next project. What Jimmy's doing, making bottoms." So I kind of shadowed Jimmy for 3 or 4 days, and then every once in a while he'd tell me, "Lick gee hick, make a bottom." So I'd start, and they'd all get a big laugh. I'd have a bottom that's supposed to be round, but it was like a lemon. But it took me about 2 weeks by the time I could make a bottom. Then my next thing was about 2 weeks after that, my dad would say, "Nita, what's gonna win? Weave it up." And geez, don't I get a break? With an axe, hurry up. There was no breaks. So as I was going, I made my first basket. Dad would look at it and throw it. He wouldn't say, "You've done a good job." He never once told us that we were doing good jobs. He never praised you or anything. But when you see him throwing it, you know you've done good. So from there, I went to Dominic Benegan, knock him down, just teach it out to Egan, Dominic Benegan. And before that summer was over with, I was making a basket. I didn't make very many, but I had to keep busy. So there was Teddy, Jerry, Jimmy, me, Herman Bernard. That was his pounder. And who else pounded ash for him? Herman Bernard, and I think it was, I forget now, but there was he had 2 pounders, and Mom would cook. Mom was a good cook. A good cook. But anyway, we every year we'd have, by the end of the summer, I was making a whole basket finished. And he didn't even let me nail it and everything. He said, "Well, Wiggy's that, you done good." That's all he'd say. And Friday afternoons, a truck from Main Pedal Growers would come, and we'd always have about 20 dozen baskets done. That's 240 baskets a week. And back then, baskets were only about $0.25 a piece. So, and after that, he just gave me a job when we go over in the summertime, and when I was about 14 years old, him and I got into a fight, my dad, and I left, so I ran away from home. I left and never come back till I was about 18. And I never made any baskets till I started driving a school bus. I had Krista and not Krista. Is Krista the oldest one? Yes. No. Yeah, Krista and Rachel would come with me, and every spring I'd buy them a pair of rubber boots because you needed them around home. It was all everywhere you go was muddy. So every year I'd end up buying 4 pairs of gum rubbers for Asha and not Asha, but for Rachel and Krista. And then I started working, doing other stuff, and I was a welfare officer for Stewart and Stewart Paul, and I drove a school bus on the res. And I never really started making baskets till about 15 years ago. I decided I was going to do something else. And so I put my name out there, and I've been teaching everywhere. Right now I'm working for teaching in Woodstock for the Woodstock band. I've taught in St. Mary's. I've taught in Ormocto. And that's what I do now, is teach. And when I teach on reserves, when I have little students, I have to speak Maliseet. And I don't know how many times I've repeated. And so I stopped that. I couldn't work with the little ones. They made me nervous and pissed me off. But now I have 3 adults. And I get paid, and I charge them $100 a day for each adult. But it was from 9 in the morning till 11:30, and till 1 o'clock, and I work till 3, and I drive home. And they pay me mileage, and that's what keeps me going. My baskets. Anytime you want me to stop and make a basket for you guys, let me know. I've got everything prepared. So I used to make baskets and go teach at the same time. When I come home, I'd make 2 or 3 baskets. You take 2 or 3 baskets now, if you make 3 baskets a day, that's $300, eh? I don't sell a basket for less than $100. So you got a break. You got luck. See this one, I made that for my for what I need: pens, pencils, my telephone, these ones. I always know where they are. So that's $100. That's for. I sold quite a bit of them. I right now my thing is I got to make 36 fiddlehead baskets for spring. I sell them for $1,200 a dozen, and I give one free. 13.20 is free. So I have an order for 3 dozen. This is just the 2 guys. And I'll when I get done with Woodstock, that's when I'll start making baskets, because I won't be driving anywhere. You show me a basket and I'll make it. I make baby baskets. I make backpacks. I make waste baskets. They're both the same size as that, but that's not mine. I sold the last 2 yesterday. And I have a fiddlehead basket I think it's in the car. I use that for my shopping, when I go shopping, so I don't have to buy a bag. There are different prices, like a backpack I made for you with the straps. I sell them for about $450. And the baby baskets I get $300 for. Different types, like potato baskets, I get $100 a piece for them. And I can sit down and make a dozen of them in a day, pound ash, and make them up and sell them the next day if I have to. but I hate to make them ahead. I don't like making baskets ahead. It was about 1st of December when I stopped making them, but I had about $4,000 worth right in the shed. So every time I need money, I'd go sell one or two. That's if I need groceries, I just go sell one and my groceries for 2 weeks. I live good, you know. I cook. Sunday I cook. I baked pork a pork roast, and I put onions, potatoes, and carrots, and then I got 3 meals out of it. And I saved the gravy for the next batch. And I make spaghetti sauce, and I make enough of that to last me a whole month. I bake my own beans, make my own bread. So keeps me busy, occupied, out of trouble. I've got it down pat. Monday morning, but Monday all day I'd pound a log. Tuesday I'd decide what I want to make. Then I start gauging out my ash with my gauges. Then I just put that aside and tie it together. And when I'm ready, I'll put it in my bathtub with hot water because it'll make it flexible again. But I can sit down and make a dozen baskets in 2 days. I don't care what kind. These ones here, they hardly take any ash. If I had a market for them, man, that's what I'd be doing. The ones I make, I give these away to my friends. I was going to give that away to Will, the guy that hired me in Woodstock. But I'm going to make him a fish basket instead. I make them. Backpacks is a good commodity. It uses a lot of ash. But I can make while I make one backpack, I can make probably 4 fiddlehead baskets or 4 potato baskets. So backpacks are, when I make them, I put away special stuff for them. And once I get enough, I'd make a basket, and everything's cut, and I just sit down and make it. It takes me about just as long to make a potato basket as it is a backpack. But backpacks have to have certain width, certain thickness. But it'd be hard work. I'd hate to have anybody try to follow me and do what I do. I worked in Fredericton for a whole year, and I traveled back and forth every day. My little Toyota out here's got over almost 400,000 kilometers on it, and it's 3 years old. I know. Sometimes I'd get home at 10 o'clock at night and sleep till 6 and I'm gone. It's hard work. It's hard work, but my dad always said, once you know how to make baskets, you'll never go hungry. And he was right. I'd be making baskets out here. Mary would be looking out the window, looking at me. He said, that's what you have to do, I guess, to keep you not getting mad at anybody. You're just out there. He said every once in a while I'd hear you singing. And that didn't chase you away. It's therapeutic. All the therapy. It keeps you calm, keeps you busy, keeps you out of trouble.
Keeps you healthy.
Healthy. Well, I'll be 80. I'll be 80 next week.
What part of basket making do you enjoy most?
Going out in the woods and cutting the logs.
How come?
I don't know. It's everything I do is relaxing. It's hard work, but it's worth it when you're at the end of the day. You're tired. I can sit here, fall asleep, or go to bed and fall asleep. But this is where I nap. I'm wearing it out too. I want to move to that one.
What kind of opportunities has basket making brought you?
Opportunities?
Yeah.
God. It makes me independent. I don't have to go begging for work anywhere. Now they come to me. Like this one in Woodstock. He called me one night. He says, "Victor Bear." I said, "Yes." He said, "This is Will." I don't even remember his last name. And would you mind stopping when you come by my territory? So I stopped. And he said, "I want to train 3 people how to make baskets. Can you do it?" I said, "It costs you a lot of money." He says, "No problem." So I gave him a price at $100 a day each person, and everything else I do. I even get paid for driving down there and back every day.
Do you make their kits?
I make kits for Jen. Jen, it's good money working for Jen. I make about $1,600 a day with her.
Yep, she's good money. She's my professor.
Yeah. Well, she works for the education department a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
She teaches me.
she does.
Mm-hmm. Why is it important for you to teach people how to make baskets?
I want people to learn how to get by on their own. You know, it's a good. It's traditional, but it's a good way to earn a living if you're not scared to work. But everything you do, you have to work. If you work with your brain, your brain takes a lot out of your system too when you're teaching. Last time I taught was about 3 months ago with Jan. I had 15 students, 16. God, that was hard. We worked right on her porch outside at her house. And she gave us a good feast afterwards, and we had a ceremony. And of course, I don't charge for my ceremonies, so I did one time. They asked me to come and do an opening prayer for them people that are trying to kill the fish back in Fredericton there, the lake. So I said my prayer in Maliseet, and you could hear Mrs. Black laughing in the background. She's the only one that understood what I said. So when we got done, that woman said, "You amused Mrs. Black, didn't you?" I said, "Oh yeah." He said, "What did you say in your speech?" I said, "You want me to tell you? You really want me to tell you?" So she come over. We went and sat in a corner, and I told her what I said. And she was, they never hired me again to say an opening prayer. I just put them down. They come and offer a native person $500 to come and say a prayer. They're paying us to lie for them. And I didn't lie. I told the truth. Mrs. Black said, quit going, Victor. He said, "I would have said the same thing." I said, "No, you wouldn't." But I got one thing on my side. I don't give a damn what they think, what I say. You know, it's I say it like it is. That's why I've been fired, kicked out so many places.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your childhood? You said you all learned how to make baskets. So what was that like?
We had something to look forward to. Every summer we'd move away from here, and we'd go there from the end of June till September. And September would stay right there with the farmer, and because it was his house that we lived in. Then we'd go right to picking potatoes. Then we'd move back home. We never played hockey, never played baseball. None of us did, except Jerry probably. Jerry was the outlaw. So, but it's when I moved away from here, all I had was 2 pair of underwear. I didn't even have a belt. I had a rope that come out of hay baling rope that ties the hay together. And I had $26 when I got on the bus in Presque. I was just a kid. Christ, I was a scrawny kid. But I went down to Shirley's and I worked there for 4 years, almost 5 years, and then I come home and well, that was the mistake I made to come home. I should have stayed right there. I'd still be there. But as a kid, work, I guess.